Hey, Nerf Herders, I'm Addy Thomas.
I'm Ben Milton.
I'm Jmike.
Yay, Jmike!
Jmike's with us again.
We're doing our review episode for Deadpool 2. Don't forget, you can go to our website, find all of our podcasts that are part of Certain Point of View, and our streams and blogs and all sorts of fun stuff. All of that is on our website, certainpov.com. And all the social media is there, too, so you can keep in touch with us, certainpov.com. All right, Deadpool 2. Another one of the big anticipated movies of this year, all clustered together. Infinity War, Deadpool 2, Solo. We got two
all
out of the
May.
three.
Ridiculous.
Yes.
Greatest month in movie history
Right?
ever, right? I mean, it's how do you top the balls to come out 2 weeks after Infinity War?
Yeah.
And be like, let's see what happens. Like, Infinity War is such a great film and such a big film. Mm-hmm. And then just be like, no, we're going to do it with Deadpool.
And do it 1 week before Star Wars.
Yeah, just I'm going to sandwich it in between these really anticipated movies and pull it off of, I had to see this movie.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see this movie.
Yeah.
The hype going into it was so good. Ryan Reynolds is a promotional genius.
He is.
Whatever they're paying him, they should double it for promotion only.
The Celine Dion song was hilarious.
He's the best.
Yeah.
He really is just phenomenal. And it's hard to tell where Deadpool ends and where he begins at this point, which is a little frightening.
Yeah.
A little frightening. I feel a little safer for him than I did with Heath Ledger. But I'm a little worried about him. It's a little too close.
Yeah. Well, it's cool seeing how he championed this character, and now he's getting
becoming his own thing.
Yeah, and he's got clearly a lot of creative freedom to do what he wants, and he's doing fun stuff with the character and stuff that's appropriate for the character, and is such a departure from the abomination that was Wolverine Origins.
Yeah.
And the sealed mouth version. Of Deadpool.
Shoots lasers out of his eyes.
Right, yeah, all sorts of awful stuff.
He has embodied Deadpool in the same way that
Hugh Jackman embodied Wolverine, and Robert Downey Jr.
has embodied, Tony Stark. Yeah. He owns that character now.
Yeah.
It is really hard for me to picture anybody else playing that character now.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I would at least want, even if they move on to a new version of Deadpool, reboot. I would still kind of want Reynolds tangentially involved in some way, even if he isn't Deadpool
in the same way that he harasses Hugh Jackman.
Yes,
whoever plays Deadpool next.
I like him as a producer because I think he does bring a certain sensibility and the heart. So what's very fascinating about this movie is that there are some really dramatic elements that they don't neuter at all. There's moments that they undercut plenty, but then they also let some of these dramatic moments play and really try to work your heart a little bit, and try to provide an emotional core for the character, even though they're doing stuff like drawing out his death, that are just just messing with all those tropes. So, but it's interesting because this movie shifts from those, and it's sometimes hard to prepare for it. But I never felt like those beats didn't work for me, which is, I think, a testament to how well balanced and how well crafted this movie is. I kind of, if I have to compare the two, I like the first one just a little bit more. But this second movie is really, really, really amazing. And I was laughing from beginning to end. So many great moments.
Yeah. I think this is actually a better movie than the first one.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be as much of a favorite as the first one is. The first one will be more of a favorite than this one is. But I think that's simply because the first one was such a surprise.
Yes, absolutely. And
I didn't feel as surprised, but I think this was a better. Yeah, but I think this was a better movie.
Yeah.
I think it had a better story to tell. I think that it did more with what it had.
Yeah.
And I really liked this movie a lot.
Yeah. The only part where I disagree very, very slightly with you is I love the simplicity of the first story, and this story feels just slightly like not like it's crazy complicated by any means, but you know, there's a little bit more to the story, so there's a little bit more exposition that they have to move through in this movie compared to the first one. So it's not a knock by any means, because they had to develop the character to give you a reason to be invested in the character. So it wasn't just one-liner after one-liner, and so that there was actual, like we said, there's needed to be some sort of
right. That's the brilliance of this movie, is that it's a joke every 30 seconds or so, but they don't do that at the expense of the story. The story comes first in this film. When a lot of comedies like this, especially when you start talking about raunchy comedies, the knock on them a lot of times is that the jokes are more important than the actual story, and that's not the case in this. They spend a lot of time thinking about the story and giving you reason to care about each and every one of these characters.
Right. And if you're a fan of like expectations being subverted, like I definitely
this is it.
Yep. This is a movie for you.
This is it.
Any thoughts, Jmike?
Oh God.
No.
Well, good talk, Jmike. Good talk.
Thanks for being on the podcast, Jmike.
Well, if you have thoughts, just throw it in there.
Jump in.
Well, yeah. Well, so a couple like key favorite moments for this movie. You know, I'm loving that they brought Colossus back to this movie.
For sure.
I love what they did with Cable in this movie, but the big standout for me in this movie was Domino. I loved Domino. She had plenty, like, super charismatic. Felt like I really feel like, so from what I'm understanding, it sounds like there's probably not going to be a Deadpool 3, but that there will be an X-Force movie with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool in it, where he provides some of the comic relief, but it'll be a little bit more of an action drama rather than
an actual X-Force movie, not a Deadpool movie.
Cool. Exactly, yeah. So we'll get X-Force, and that's going to be directed by Drew Goddard, which is very interesting as you see the shift in, like, from Deadpool 1 to like making this series a little bit more dramatic. It's a very interesting path that we might see come out of this the Deadpool
building,
the Deadpool miniverse, I guess. So I'm excited to see what that means, but I'm excited. Like, I think Domino and Cable and Deadpool and whatever characters they decide to add to the group. Yeah, Peter. I do hope Colossus is in X-Force, you know, for sure, because this Colossus is amazing.
His fight with Juggernaut
so
was
good.
Everything
Spoilers.
Spoilers,
guys.
Yeah, whatever.
Well,
if you're listening to the Deadpool 2 review show, yeah, his fight with Juggernaut is everything I've ever imagined that fight to be. It is incredible. I am the teenage boy in me that read X-Men comic books and always wanted to see Colossus and Juggernaut fight.
Yeah.
Totally nerded out.
Yeah.
At that. Totally nerded out.
There's been some good fights between the two of them over the years.
Oh my goodness. That was everything I wanted. Yeah. That made the movie for me. I could have left right then. Yeah. That's all I needed to see. I'm good.
Yeah. I liked a lot of the characters they chose. Even though some of them we didn't really get a chance to see them play, because spoilers, obviously.
X-Force
was very short-lived.
Extremely. What was the Invisible guy's name?
Vanisher.
Yeah, the Vanisher.
Or Brad Pitt.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
Fantastic.
My favorite person in X-Force.
Yeah, I love the cutaways, the cuts to him, and it's just like
jumping out of the plane.
You just see the parachute.
So good. Yeah, they did a lot of great stuff. They really subverted your expectations with X-Force. It was fantastic. I mean, just they gave us a different look leading into it. With the trailers, we thought we were really going to see something a lot more.
Oh,
yeah. Just F it up.
Oh, the moment they cut to that shot where you see over Deadpool's shoulder, everyone just flailing in the wind, I was like, oh, no. I mean, that shot is just hilarious to see. Yeah. Just a whole team just
getting blown through the sky.
And then to see each of them land to disastrous results.
Yeah.
I mean, because Terry Crews was the first one to go.
Yeah, but
right?
I thought he was still alive.
Goes through the bus window.
Yeah.
I thought he could have made it. I was like, he'll be back. Oh,
no.
He's done.
No, he's done.
You see him back there doing CPR on the ground. I'm like, oh, they're really all dead.
Well, once Shatterstar went, I was like, oh god.
Everybody's yeah. And it was a cascade. It was fantastic. Because it just keeps getting funnier and funnier and funnier.
Because Peter lands safely at first and he tries to help Zeitgeist.
Yes.
So, I mean, just great moments. Oh, man.
Yeah, that was like that was a big surprise in the movie for me. The other there's a couple other like smaller moments that weren't quite as big, but the moment where they're in the mansion, in the X mansion, and he's like wondering where all the other X-Men are and like bitching how why can't we get it in the budget to see anybody else? And then you have the new cast for the X-Men behind the door, like
closing
the door slowly so that he doesn't see them. It was great. It was really fantastic. I loved that. And just having the Juggernaut, like the Juggernaut as a villain, how they used him.
I really didn't think they were going to use him. Like, that was the biggest
That was
surprise
redemption for X3.
Yeah, it was.
'Cause I was expecting somebody else. Somebody.
Who were you?
Well, they were saying there was somebody big underneath.
Yeah, and I was
Who
like,
were you thinking? Because I messaged you guys and I said Juggernaut.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, as soon as they said that, I was like, oh, that's, and I wanted it time-stamped. Because I was like, they'll never believe me.
I don't know. I thought it would be the way they set it up in the prison scenes. I thought it was going to be somebody bigger than that. But I was really glad to see.
Were you thinking Fing Fang Foom?
Somebody.
I wouldn't have been surprised with Fing Fang Foom. I think that would have been really funny.
A totally Deadpool movie.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh snap! It's the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
And he was badass. This Juggernaut was badass.
He was, and it was a good pairing with the kid, Fire Fist, played by Julian Dennison, who I love from Hunt for the Wilder People. I was so happy to see him. A little underused, but then if used him more, it would have been too dense, and you would have lost the focus on Deadpool. But he is really good. He does a great job in the role that he plays.
Gonna find the biggest guy in the prison. Come on, we gotta find the biggest guy.
He just gets beaten down.
He's like, just stay down, kid.
Pops back up. Yeah, the writing was really, really funny.
Yeah.
And they did a lot of great. They did a great writing with like just having a lot of callbacks to earlier scenes, like his prison pouch and stuff. Like just kept referencing that. I mean, there was stuff like that that really made the film really enjoyable, and you felt inside. Like even if you weren't a big Deadpool fan, like it makes you feel like the lore, because like they keep referencing things that are inside the movie, so it makes you feel like you're getting all of the references.
Yeah,
which is
absolutely. A couple other like cast members who were pretty awesome. It was awesome to see T.J. Miller show up again.
Yes.
And Dopinder.
Yep.
Dopinder was definitely
Dopinder's amazing.
a lot of fun. I will also say that Blind Al, like I laughed every time I saw it in the trailer. Every time she pulls the gun and
Aims at the wall.
And he has to adjust it. I mean, I laughed every single time at that in a trailer and in the movie as well. That totally worked. But man, the Basic Instinct.
Oh my god! I was like, oh no!
I loved that.
That was so messed
that
up.
was disturbing.
That's so hilarious.
I loved that. Am I the only
The
one
baby
who loved
legs.
that?
Oh yeah,
Oh my
no.
God. I was
It was
laughing,
hilarious.
but I was like, oh no, my eyes!
I know. Oh no.
No, I looked right at it. My eyes have seen the glory. It was fantastic.
Oh man, yeah, it was just a crazy time. I mean, the baby legs was such a great way to build off of the tiny hand.
Yes.
For the first movie, it was just and when he walks up to Cable in that dramatic moment, it was.
Oh, he's gonna do it! Go, buddy, go!
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many good moments. It's hard to like review a comedy like this because it's so like. This is a story where you kind of live in the moment more than you talk about necessarily character arcs, which this movie has.
Great character arc.
Yeah. But man, like this is such a fun movie. Totally worth it. I'm excited to see it again at some point.
I just want to say, I panicked when they killed his girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
I love that actress.
Yeah, Marina Baccarin is pretty amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
actress. Unhealthy love.
Yeah.
That
No,
that
she's
actress.
amazing in Firefly.
Firefly.
Yeah, she is amazing.
Yeah.
So Definitely,
Gotham,
yeah.
So, like, I was relieved when they reset all that and brought her back at the end of the movie.
Okay.
I was like, oh, thank God. I can keep watching this series.
Well, speaking of the end of the movie, there was certainly a cathartic moment.
Yes.
When they when he goes back in time and he kills X-Men Wolverine's Deadpool, and of course my favorite moment is when he kills Ryan Reynolds as he's reading the script for Green Lantern.
You made it to the big leagues, buddy.
Oh, there you go, Addy. They remembered you. He's like, yes. I thought you were crying. Crying tears of joy.
Yeah, he does it. He makes a lot of fun of that Green Lantern movie. I saw an interview with him, which was funny.
He says he never saw it.
He never watched it either, which
is totally believable.
Totally believable. The movie was not great. Here's the thing that I know that was made up though, is because I know he didn't read the script for Green Lantern before he took that part. Because he said that too, that there wasn't a that's why he took it.
Yeah.
He took that movie without reading a script. There was no script. He just took it because it was Green Lantern.
Yeah. Well, they needed a setup for it, so.
And there it was. Yeah.
Oh, by the way, here's the script.
God damn it.
I will say, we all have to get the trainee jerseys.
Yes. I so want an X-Men trainee jersey after that.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was cool that Negasonic, Teenage Whip, and Yukio.
Bye, Yukio.
That was hilarious.
Hi, Yukio.
That was great.
No, like that is totally like the version of Deadpool that rides unicorns. Like in that very moment, it embodies like a lot of different Deadpools, which I think is such a cool thing about the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool is that it hits a lot of the different versions we've seen over the years.
I'm just waiting for Pirate Deadpool.
Right? Sheriff Deadpool,
Because we got the gray X-Force suit.
Yes.
Deadpool, which was fantastic.
It was such a cool nod. Like when he was losing his, not having his healing factor, didn't have his powers, and the suit turns, gray and black with after the grenade. Up, yeah. I thought that was really cool that they did that. I recognized that as well.
Too, and I was like, that's so dope. I miss Marvel Heroes.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that skin was so awesome. Because that was one of the Deadpool skins I ran around with. The Sheriff Deadpool. Oh, so sad.
Yeah, the movie was good. I really liked this movie. I thought it was fun for not the whole family.
Well, let's talk music for this movie. Was also incredible for this movie. A lot of funny songs.
Yeah, the chase scene in the it was at the orphanage when they were being chased.
Being chased in the orphanage.
No, the not the orphanage, but the
prison,
the house where all the other kids were.
The X Mansion?
No, where they find Fire Fist. He goes back.
Oh, the evil mansion.
Yeah,
the Purifiers Mansion.
Yeah. You're like, holy shit, balls, holy shit.
Oh, yeah. When Juggernaut shows up, yeah. That is seriously underrated moment is the music when they have a whole choir singing "Holy shit, balls."
Oh god!
And then of course all the pop hits that they work into it as well, and the Bond intro.
Yeah,
yeah, and the little the little decoration with Hugh Jackman dead and Logan.
Oh yeah,
impaled on the branch.
Yes,
I love that they made that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. How cool was it though that we got to see a movie version of the Purifiers?
Right?
Oh,
like that, I did not expect. That was a big surprise to me. I did not expect Purifiers.
I was not, too, because if you remember, I think in one of our episodes where we talked about what we want for the X-Men universe, I think we did that with Case a while back. That was something we talked about. Like, we need to see the Purifiers. We haven't really seen them. It'd be cool to see that villain.
Version of that,
and it really worked. Like, I did like sort of how that plays into the arc, sort of that idea of self-worth and messing with that, like whether or not the mutants are an abomination and all, and that turning Fire Fist into a villain. So it was a really sure, like it's not like it's a story we've never seen before, but it was done really well in this particular movie. So yeah. I think that's about it.
Most awkward pause on this show ever. Mark that one for editing.
No, we're going to leave it. We're going to just let it breathe, guys. Going to let the awkwardness just sit there. Sometimes it's good to just have an awkward moment, guys. It's good to know
there it
you're
was.
alive.
There it was, people. In case you thought one of us died. Didn't happen. We just ran out of shit to say.
I mean, it's only a 20-minute episode, but sometimes that's all you got to really say about a movie like Deadpool, which is as fun as it is. I think we
covered all the bases, though.
Yeah, we did. So let us know what you think. If you disagree with us on Deadpool, if you have thoughts, if you liked it, but maybe, attitudes changed since getting out of that movie, let us know what you think. You can always go to our website and find all our social media there, certainpov.com. All of our podcasts are also on our website, certainpov.com. And until next time, stay scruffy, my nerf herders.